So many of you will reach out to me and say, Michelle, it just feels like we can't make a difference with Justin Trudeau, that because Justin Trudeau's in coalition with the NDP, that like there's nothing we can do. And I always get in my office and even in the comments here, people so frustrated, feeling frustrated and angry, that feeling like they can't make a difference. And I just wanted to give you some good news with an example on how working together, and I honestly mean this, working together with you, we can make a difference. So this is some good news that I just wanted to share. So if you scroll through my video feed, the last video I did was on Monday afternoon when I got, after a lot of digging, the government had to respond to me on this order paper question that I put in November on the quarantine hotels, asking how much money had been spent. So on Monday afternoon, this response came in, and if you look at the video, I came to you and I talked about how I uncovered that the Liberals had spent $6.7 million on 10 people to quarantine after COVID restrictions had been eased, which is a major scandal. It's major waste. That would never have come to pass, first of all, without the order paper question being done. But you'll remember when I came to you, I said, look, I put this on my Substack. Many of you subscribe to this because my Substack, I try to bring to you things that aren't necessarily covered by the mainstream news so that we can together, by you subscribing to this thing, by you sharing these videos, that we can bring these things that the Liberals don't want any attention paid to the general public. And I want to show you what your effort did. So many of you shared my video on Monday. So many of you shared this article from my Substack. So many of you subscribed to this, that today, after 2 days, I want to show you what you did, what your efforts did by sharing this information. There's now, the mainstream media was forced to report on it because it was so widespread. So, here we've got Global News did a story on it. CTV News did a story on it. It's now at the top of the Calgary Herald. It was on the cover of the Toronto Sun chains. So, what I wanted to say to you was that sometimes when you're feeling hopeless and angry, by sharing, we've got these platforms now, and yes, Facebook, their algorithms determine what you can see and what you can't see. But when you share these videos, it makes a huge difference. So I wanted to give you a bit of hope. But I also wanted to say that when you guys subscribe to things like my Substack, it prevents the algorithms on platforms like this telling you what you see or what you can't see. So, the link to that is in this video description. I'll put it in the comments as well. But if you just take a minute and click in the video description, subscribe to this Substack, because I've got more things like this that I'm working on that I want to share with you and give you the opportunity to share with other people as well. So today I ask you to keep going. Take a minute and share this article with your friends, share this video, because we don't have to any longer, like we used to, just rely on mainstream media outlets to get the word out on these issues. And it's something that's really important to the democratic process. Voting is important in the democratic process, but so is citizen action in holding the government to account. And these stories here, they came to pass because you shared this video. You helped me do my work. I'm doing the digging. So many of my colleagues in the Conservative Party, they're doing the same thing. They're digging, they're looking for information. But you can imagine, as one member of parliament, trying to, uncover the expenses after the Liberals have spent hundreds of billions of dollars over the last couple of years. It really is like swimming into a tsunami. But, I certainly feel buoyed. And I feel like I get wind in my sails when I see you guys sharing these videos, and most importantly, like subscribing to the Substack, where I put the documents right up on there, right? It was really incredible to see the effort in the community to share this information and get the word out. So, and the other thing is, just because a story has broken on one day, you can't assume that if you know about it, everybody else knows about it, because that's just not the case, right? What I found particularly with Liberal scandal is that you can't assume that just because you know about it or you're seeing about it on your social media that somebody else is seeing it. And I have hope in the Canadian people. I think that the more that we can get the word out about these things, the more people will understand that, like, look, Justin Trudeau's had 8 years to fix a lot of these things, and he hasn't fixed it, right? And he's had 8 years, so if he cared about this stuff, he would still, he would have done something about it by now. So he can't do it. But getting the word out in a way that's like, I tried to present it in this article in a very neutral way, such that people who are making decisions on how to vote, they see this stuff that they might not see in the mainstream media otherwise. It's so important. So I just want to come to you. This was great news. This was a success story, but it was only a success because you helped. And I just want to say thank you. It encourages me as a legislator to dig deeper, work harder, find these answers for you. And I know that there are people out there that are willing to share the good word. So just, take a moment, and the video in the video description for this feed here is the link to my Substack. I promise you, I'm going to be posting more stuff like this. If you don't want the algorithms on platforms like this to tell you what you see or you can't see, take a minute, just hit subscribe. And it allows me to directly communicate with you. And also keep sharing this. This is a big story. Together, we got something into the public eye that wouldn't have been in the public eye elsewhere. So just coming to you, taking a moment of gratitude, and certainly really grateful to keep having the opportunity to work hard for you here in Ottawa. Share this video, subscribe to the Substack, and let's keep holding the Liberals to account together. Working hard for you in Ottawa. Have a great day.